What's up, beautiful people, to another episode, and in this video we will be planting herbs and we'll be doing it in the cocoa core pellets. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. What's up, beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of Don't Keep Up with the Joneses. 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 What's up, great people? How y'all doing today? I hope today, or whatever day you find this video, is going great so far. And if not, I hope however we experience this day together will bring and shine light on your day, okay? So how y'all doing? My name is Ricky Jones Jr. and I welcome you all to this video. And so, yeah, we'll be doing some gardening today, okay? We are planting herbs in a way in which will allow for them to grow naturally and sustainably, and in a way that they'll just be able to easily be planted wherever I desire to grow them without any hurt, harm, or danger, okay? And that's by using cocoa core pellets. Now, before I get into it, I would like to say, if you have any gardening needs, questions, or any things like that, hey, contact us on our gardening website, which is gardenwithmellc.com, and I will be sure to answer all those different questions. There's a scroll down area where you can contact us, put your name, email, all that good stuff, and I'll be sure to respond to you. So much easier there than it is on YouTube, so I promise you, get to me there and I'll get back to you. However, like I said, we're gonna get into it, but before we can use these pellets, I picked these bad boys up on my Walmart run, which I did a Walmart video which did extremely well, better than I thought it would. However, I picked these bad boys up along with something else which I won't be using in this video. However, in this one we will be using these. These are the seed starting greenhouse kit with expanding peat pellets. Okay, so it's not cocoa core, it's actually peat. Okay, usually it's cocoa core, so I'm glad I read it. But nonetheless, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna show you how to do it as well. Let's go! Oh wait, or should I say, let's grow. All right, great people. So in order to get this party started, we do have to take part in the ripping of the packaging, which I am leaving it nice and neat on purpose because I don't know, well, I know I didn't show you all, but anyway, there is this here diagram on the back of the here wrapper where you can mark and say what it is that you have grown, which I'm going to use this as well as some markers, which it does come with 6 of these markers as well, and I'm using them here because that has been a struggle in my previous gardening. However, this is what it looks like when you take off all the packaging and everything like that. And at this point, what you want to do is go ahead and clear everything out the way. Put that down like so. And then from here, you want to just spray some water on here. Whoa, I wanted to go very lightly. All right, boom. So we're just gonna fill this in with some water because they will expand. It'll take about 5 to 10 minutes for them to expand because they soak in the water, which is very useful and very great because that is what's going to help allow for the seeds to have all of the necessary watering, which is necessary for it to grow. All right, so you just fill it in like so. You don't have to do nothing too special, but you can already see them starting to expand and grow from there. And that is doing that. I'm just going to go ahead and start breaking off these here labels because I will be using them, and even the diagram as well. I probably should use the diagram and pencil so that when I grow with them again, you know, I can just erase and proceed accordingly. See, great people, man, I love gardening with you all. You help me be better. You help me grow better because different things like that. As I think of you, I think of things that helps me do what I do. So we're gonna let this expand. I'm gonna make sure everything is ready. You do want to keep this here lid. What I will do is put some holes in it because I don't see any holes, because you do want ventilation to occur. So sticking a couple of holes in there is what I'll do as these expand. And so let's jump into this being expanded. But yeah, let's go ahead and get going. Boom. All right, great people. So now we have what is necessary to bring everything into fulfillment. Now, what I want to do, I'm going to use this here chart. What you should do, now what I recommend doing is to go ahead and label now. let this be the guide to what you plant, not doing it vice versa, because it'll already be in the ground from there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times, I believe, 12, because there's 72. So we're gonna do 12 different seedlings. Now we have, we're gonna start over here. We have sage. I'm gonna do over here. Again, make sure you label before you plant. Label before you plant. If I can't say that enough, I guess I can't say that enough, but it's necessary, okay? Cilantro. We also have some lavender. All right, we also have basil, and we also have some rosemary. And man, I actually have space for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more herbs. I'm gonna grab 5 more herbs and we're gonna add it to the list, and then we're gonna go ahead and get to the planting. So I have everything here, so I'm gonna just keep this next to this, which I'm gonna grow these indoors, and I have everything that I need. And so let me just put this here for now, because what you want to do is just go ahead and like fluff out the pellet situation itself, just to making sure that nothing is compacted or anything like that, but it has grown to its length, full length of maturity, which they say is probably about 1.5 inches, inch to 1.5 inches. Therefore, all of them won't be the same size. However, you'll know once the water is no longer like I'll say it this way. Once you have water that is just sitting in the tray itself, then you know it's fun time, game time, it's time to plant, okay? All right, so now that you all know all those different nuances and things like that, we can now go ahead and start planting, okay? And so you want to plant your seeds about 1/4 of an inch deep, which let me go get my little seed, which this is a tool that you've seen me use before. Very useful, very handy. It came with actually one of my seed tray starter situations. And so what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and establish a hole if I don't see one, so that I can easily just drop in the seed from there, because if I was to try to do it with my finger as I'm growing, it will not work out well. It'll start sticking to my fingers and things will just get awkward, okay? So it's best just to do it now. And honestly, you can tell that it's nice and moist and ready for seeds, because it's not sticking. It's not sticking to the little tool situation. I guess it's kind of like when you're doing like baking brownies. You check it with the fork, and you know, if the mix is not sticking to the fork, you know, it's good as well. That's probably the extent I have of baking. I'm not a baker, I'm not a cook by no stretch of the imagination, which why I'm most blessed that I have the lovely Crystal Jones as my wife, because she is also a fabtabulous cook. And if there's something that I want to eat, my lovely wife will figure out a way to cook it, because honestly I like to eat in the house more than I like to eat out. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's go ahead and start seeding, in which, like I said, let this be right here. This is your tray situation. Let that be your guide. Let that be your compass. You don't want to do it the other way around. I have done it the other way around, and you all know my woes and that process, okay? And so we're just going to take a seed in 2 and drop it in the hole that was already established, which is why you do the prep work ahead of time, to make this part so much smoother, so much easier. And what I like to do is just go through and drop in 1, and then go back and drop in 2 where necessary. Unless you want the outcome of each and every one of these peat pellets to be an actual plant, you can drop 2 to 3 to maximize your potential. Because not every seed will germinate, which we do know. Which again is another reason why I say growing from seed is the way to grow, because you'll never be without. If ever there's a need, you'll be able to plant a seed. Oh my gosh, how about that? That wasn't even my goal or my intention. It just flowed and happened, and just like that. All right, so drop that in there, drop that in there. Okay, next I have my chives. And I'm going to wait to fluff the hole or close the hole when I'm completely done, because I do want my hands to stay as dry as possible during this seeding process. If they get wet, things get out of control with the seeds, that is. But anyway, let me go ahead and drop these chives in. And I'm going to just do this going forward, and I'll tune back in with you all to speak when it's time to fluff, and then go from there as far as how we're gonna grow these inside. Now that we have all that done, the next thing to do is to, which again, I thank you all because the thought just came for you all, but now I'm gonna use it myself to make sure I label which side is the same side. So I'm gonna put an arrow that points up on both the plastic top as well as the diagram, so I know which way everything is laid out, because if it was flipped the other way, then everything will be backwards. However, with everything lining up respectfully together, and then I'll know what is growing and have all that in line with what's actually in there to be grown. So also what we have going on, I punctured in some holes right here, which, I mean, hey, it is what it is. You do need circulation, so that's why I'm doing it. However, from at this point here, I'm gonna go ahead and take it inside because that's where we're going to start the seed. So let me show you that, and then we'll be good to go. Great people. All right, great people. So I brought these bad boys indoors in their new resting place, growing space, and everything like that. So I have a nice window right here, and that is actually facing south, so it gets full amount of sun, so to get some daylight, a little sunlight. Just I gotta make sure I keep the blinds open. But I have heard and read where it said darkness is great for the seeds to starting to sprout. And so as long as I keep this area nice and warm and make sure nothing dries out, I should be good to grow from here. And so with the tray being what it is, it's gonna have to be able to hold water and things like that. Then I have these little mat situations just to make sure nothing is excessively just draining through if I was to water recklessly. But everything should be good to grow from here. And here you're able to see a little hole situation, so there is some ventilation. But I will not allow for water just to sit and be stagnant, because that's when you get your mosquitoes and your gnats and your flies and all those pesky things. Okay, and so here is the whole situation again with the arrows facing the same way, so that I know what is growing as it is sprouting and things like that. So great people, that's how you can set that up for yourself in an indoor growing scenario. And so with that, great people, that is how you do it. That is how you make it happen. Make sure you take all the necessary steps that I showed you in the video, because it will make your life so much easier. And the main one being to label your whole situation and scenario before you actually seed itself. Allow for what you've labeled to be your legend, so that you can grow successfully and in harmony with what you intended for everything to be and for it to grow. All right, so with that being said, great people, I love you all. I appreciate you all. Remember, when you are gardening, you never have to garden alone, because you can always garden with me. Until then, peace, love you.